Hey everybody, welcome back to Parsnips and Parsimony. This video is all about our 2020 grocery expenditures. If you haven't seen our past grocery expenditure budget videos, I'll put links for all of those down in the description below so you can actually see how these have stacked up compared to other years. But this year, I did a basic breakdown of our biggest grocery stores that I shopped at, how much did we spend at those, and also a weekly breakdown of how much we spent per person per week and per person per month. This is always a fun video to do for me at the end of 2020 or any year. I love seeing our totals to see how I actually did. If I was a more organized person, I would have this all taken care of and do this every single month. So when December comes, or actually January comes, all the numbers are there and there's no surprises. But there's something in me that sort of likes the surprise at the end of the year. So that's probably why I wait to the end, right? All right, so here we go. I made a little spreadsheet here, of course, once you know it, as in typical fashion. After I finished it all, I found a few extra receipts. So it's not as beautiful as I would like, but it still gets the job done. So for our total grocery costs, what did we spend for our family of 10 for 2020? Drum roll, please. $5,528.77. So here's a quick family breakdown. You have me and my husband, and then I have my 18-year-old girl, 16-year-old boy, almost 13-year-old boy, although he would have been 12 years old last year. I have a 9-year-old, 7-year-old, and 5-year-old and 4-year-old girl, and then almost 2-year-old boy. We have a large range of ages. We've got teenagers, we've got preteens, and then we've got little tykes, but all of them for 2020 were of eating age. I know in past years we've had infants that aren't eating, but this year everyone was eating. And if you guys know, 2-year-olds or 1 and 2 and 3-year-olds, they can pack away a lot of food. It's amazing how much Daniel will eat at times. Here's how it breaks down for what stores I spent the most at. Aldi should be no surprise. If you watch my grocery hauls, you know that Aldi, I spend a lot of money at Aldi and I shop there the most. I ended up spending $2,740.10 at Aldi. But in a close second would be my bulk food supplier, and that was $1,640.20. This was a big change for me because up until COVID, I was shopping at another bulk food supplier and I was just, I wasn't shopping as much in bulk. But once COVID hit, there were a lot of things that you couldn't find in grocery stores. Sugar, brown sugar, flour. Who thought flour would be so hard to get? Yeast. There was a lot of things that it really made sense buying in bulk. So even though my bulk food supplier that was open to the public, my other one was not open to the public, but the one that was open to public, I ended up, even though it was a 45-minute drive up and then 45 minutes back, it was worth it for the amount of money that I was saving and the amount of food I was able to get. So that would explain that bigger cost. If you guys remember, we got those boxes of cherries with a 30-pound boxes, 35-pound boxes of cherries for $5. I mean, what a steal. So we've had some great bargains at our bulk food supplier that we haven't had in past years. And that might also explain why we ended up spending more money there. I was also able to befriend one of the sales reps there, and she has been very kind to send me their distress list and their damaged good list as often as she gets it, which has also helped me stretch my budget even further. It definitely pays to get to know your local sales agent at your bulk food suppliers if you have one in the area, and see if they can give you access to some of those distressed items, because it's just another way you can stretch your budget a little bit more. Next comes in miscellaneous food. So this might be at Dollar General or the Target or wherever I might need to pick up groceries, wherever I'm at that point. And those were just miscellaneous places throughout this year. So that came to $482.12. Not really a lot, but it's just, those things add up over the course of 12 months. Next was Price Chopper at $244.87. Huge drop in past years. If you watch my past videos, you know that. Used to be Price Chopper was my main source of all my food, and that has changed over to Aldi. It helps that they actually are right together now, and Aldi has moved a store closer to me. Hannaford was $207.23. So those two stores are really very close, and that was because I just didn't shop at either of them very much, and it was only for sale items. And then lastly, our local dairy, we ended up spending $214.25. And that's mostly milk and ice cream, not $200 in ice cream. Read that as a couple half gallons of ice cream in there, mostly milk and dairy for us. But that total brought us to $5,528.77 for our family of 10. How does that break down for a weekly budget? So our weekly budget would be $106.32, which I think is I'm pretty happy with that, considering we have 10 very hungry mouths to feed, and we feed them 3 times a day and almost entirely from scratch. If you're new to our channel, we do almost all of our cooking from scratch, and we rarely ever eat out. If you're to break down that whole total money of everything that we spent for food for 2020 and break that down into monthly bits, it breaks down to $460 and change. Now, there are some things that may have gotten left out here, particularly a few of our dairy receipts. They do not consistently give me receipts, and often Art is the one that goes to our dairy and picks up things, and sometimes those don't get back to me. So I'm going to say you're going to have to take that number and add $100, $200 worth of milk into that number, just for those times that I may have missed them. And I'm not going back now to go find all of either the receipts, credit card statements, or, well, if it's cash, I have no idea what Art spent, and that's okay. So take this with a grain of salt. We're probably within a couple $100 of what we actually were. Now, Art intended to do a food journal, and he got about a quarter of the way through the year, and then COVID hit, and if you guys watched our channel, you know that we decided to start up Snail's Pace Challenge, and that was very time consuming and all encompassing of Art's time and schedule. It was a beautiful thing because I have a beautiful island out of it in my kitchen, but the food journal suffered. So he wanted me to convey to all of you guys that his intent for 2021 is to keep an exact detailed diary of everything that we spent on food, including paper products, garden seeds, and all those good things. Some of you may be wondering, does this include paper products, diapers, cosmetics? Yes, that is all in here. Anything that I would buy at the grocery store is in there. I don't buy diapers at Amazon. I know a lot of you guys may get your paper products from Amazon. I haven't done that. I have been able to get everything at my local Aldi or grocery store, and we also do primarily cloth diapers. Anything that you would be looking for is in that total. The other thing that I did not add into this, Art wanted me to mention, was that garden supplies were not included in this grocery budget. Now, you guys know that we have a huge garden that we ended up spending right around, give or take, about $200, about 100 and some on, I think it was about 116 for seeds, and then we did buy garden soil and things like that. So there were a few garden expenses. I did not add that into my food budget because I consider that recreation for me and mommy's sanity. And we all know that moms need sanity. So my garden is my fun sanity. But if you want to really get technical, yeah, add about $200 to that grocery number. So if you want to add that all in, if you want to say that the garden was about $200 and those extra dairy receipts that I didn't have because, well, they are lost to oblivion, let's say that our budget was right around $5,900 in expenses for our family of 10 for 2020. That is right about on target for what we were spending last year. I'm pretty happy with that, considering 2020 consisted of COVID. It consisted of higher prices and things just being much more difficult to find on good deals. And I know I did spend more on items because I wanted to limit how many times I went out to the grocery store. So factoring that all in, I am very pleased with this total budget number. If you follow me on Facebook, you saw that earlier this week I posted a healthy, low-cost food budget should be for Americans. And I had you guys go ahead and screenshot some of your responses. They came back with our number, family of 10. They calculate your ages. It was $21,000. $21,000 on food. If we're sitting there right around $5,900 for food, I'm pretty happy. That means we're spending about a third of what they recommend that we should be spending. So I am a very happy mommy. I am sure that I could cut coupons and sales, shop sales a little bit more and tighten up that budget a little bit more. But let's face it, there is a price for your time. And right now, my time, I want to be spending quality time with my kids, teaching them, homeschooling them, and just living life with them right now. I feel like for me, coupons isn't the time to be doing it. So it's something that Art has given me the liberty to be able to just shop at Aldi, given me the liberty to be able to only shop every 2 to 3 weeks, which saves me time on commute, and it saves me time from being away from my kids, and it also includes less exposure to, well, germs. So there you have it. Our total recorded expenses for our 2020 food budget was $5,528.77. Thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to our channel for more content. I hope you're having a fabulous day, and we'll see you for our next video. Bye.